Thanks to the supporters of channel member Robert Bannerman. Yeah, I know it's been a long time since we've won a game, but I did warn you this might happen at the start of the season when you didn't give me any money to spend. I mean, I'll do what I can. It's not gone unnoticed on my end that this is a transfer window and we can't do any transfers. I don't see how it's my fault. Hello and welcome to part 55 of Holiday Home. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have a couple of matches that have kind of become must-wins because our form went really good, then really bad. It's also the end of the January transfer window, but don't get too excited. We are still very much not in a position to do any kind of transfers. So transfers are not happening, but results need to happen. As you can see, we had a little bit of a semi-recovery in November. We actually won 4 league games in a row. We won 5 in 6 in the league. Everything was looking good. And then we hit January and now everything is not looking good. It's completely turned itself around. We lost to Gijon. Then we got ourselves knocked out of the Spanish Cup and also lost to Atletico Pamplona as well, which leaves us, better than we were. Obviously, in the previous episode, things were looking pretty desperate at the bottom of the league, but that run of wins has gone a long way towards moving us out of the immediate relegation threat. We're 8 points clear of 19th place. We're actually closer. No, we're not. We're still firm. We're potentially, if we were to win 5 in 6 again, we'd be in a rush for the playoffs. It's not likely to happen, but we would like to pick up a win today. Who are we playing first? Valladolid, who are a little bit better than us. Let's go beat them anyway, eh? So this is the team to go and beat Valladolid. We have got Rodrigo in goal, a back four of Zafra, Serrano, Ivan and Zander, Galdino at the base of the midfield, Bernal and Rabiu in the centre of midfield, Martinez Perez on the left, Sandoval on the right, and Ivan Luis up front. One thing to note as well is several of the loan players who are here have been recalled by their parent clubs. So we are no longer able to fill a bench, which might be something we need to deal with. We do have all these youngsters that we could probably call back up to the first team, including potentially getting some of these loanees that we brought in and sent down to the B team, moved up into the first team squad and registered. So actually, how many have we got? We've got 5 spots in our squad. We might actually call some people up. Bear with me a moment. I'll be back on the other side of this and then we'll do the match. Right, I've actually not made much of an impact because I forgot that the players in the B team we can't call up into the A team without pressing continue again. So the ones we've called back up will actually hit the squad again after this match. The one player we have been able to add back into the squad is Fred Stiebling, who is back in and involved, sat down on the bench. So let's get the team submitted and hopefully pick up a win. And then we've got a few more of these loanees coming up from the B team who can be involved in the squad for the second of these 2 matches. So let's go do a football, shall we? We're wearing the beautiful third choice kit. I do like this kit. Very pretty kit. I know there's going to be a lot of it because I'm getting it on Twitch. I've had it on social media, and it might be that by the time this video comes out, it's not an issue. But there are people asking when they should expect to see their home shirts. The answer is soon. They are on their way. We were aiming for middle of September. Obviously, they're not quite ready for the middle of September. They are soon, though. So worry not. They've not been forgotten. I've not had mine yet. So I'm if anything, I'm more eager to get mine than you are to get yours. So they are going to be soon, just not yet, but soon. And by the time this video is out, they might even be with you. So worry not. Keep an eye on your email. As soon as they're dispatched, you'll get a dispatch notification. And yeah. Like I say, don't panic. They're on their way. If it becomes anything to worry about, I will let you know. You'll know as soon as I know. But it's not going to be anything to worry about. We've worked with Hope and Glory loads of times before. They make actual legit football kits for proper football teams. Hampton and Richmond, who are going to be watching in the FA Cup this coming weekend. Their kits are made by Hope and Glory. I've ordered some of theirs as well. So, they're a proper legit football shirt manufacturer. The shirts are on their way. These things just take time. If anything, in retrospect, doing a load of shirts right at the start of the football season when they're absolutely inundated with all of their shirts was probably poor planning on my part. So they'll be with you soon. Right. Have we scored yet? We haven't scored yet. Can we score now? Rabiot putting some pressure onto the defender, and Zafra clearing, looking towards Bernal, but can't find him. And we do seem to be under a little bit of pressure of our own here, which I don't necessarily appreciate. If we could get the ball back at the other end of the pitch, that would be super duper. But we are struggling to get hold of the ball full stop at the moment. This rotten form seems to be continuing. For context, for those of you wondering why I look so completely different to the previous video, there's over a week's gap between recording this one and the previous one. That's why my beard is a different length, my hair is a different length. These things change. So I'm hoping that by not touching the game for a week, while I was in Great Yarmouth, for those of you keeping count, but I'm hoping not touching the save for a week does mean that that Football Manager would have turned it around and decided not to punish us any further, because when we lost those 3 games in a row, I didn't touch it for a week. So if anything, it should give me a couple of good results to make sure I turn the game on again tomorrow. Little does it know I won't, but it doesn't need to know that. It's not listening. It's fine. I think, all things considered, certainly based on the form that we're in, a draw here would be okay in this match. I think we probably do take is that Tossin? Hold on. They got Tossin in their team. They've only got Tossin playing for them. This is a level we're at now. Channel legend Tossin is playing for Valladolid. There he is, look. Well, I never did. Goodness me. Right. Well, now we know we're up against quite a good side. Although they're not far above us in the league, it does show how far we've come. This is, I mean, he's probably quite old now, but still, surely better than any other player that we've got anywhere near our squad. So Ivan Luis has got his work cut out for him today, trying to find the breakthrough. And Valladolid are in here, but Rodrigo is there to collect. Nice and comfortable. And hopefully we can grab ourselves a goal just before half time. It will be against run of play one, but I don't care. They all kept, we've given the ball. I mean, Zafra, it's not great from him. And now they're attacking down the other wing, but Xander is in there to intercept. And Sandoval, ball over the top to Ivan Luis, who looked offside. He has got it in the back of the net. The linesman's got his flag up, though. The referee's got his finger in his ear. I suspect this one is going to be disallowed. But it's the best chance we've had. I was going up to celebrate there. I wasn't sure what the word disallowed meant. Luckily, I managed to avoid making myself look like a silly goose. So, he's well offside there. Come on, Ivan. You're better than that. Goodness me. I've heard of Romario Barrow as well, I think. I think he's another player I've signed in the past. There's some good players in this Valladolid team, which is, it shows we're doing quite well, and does baffle me about how poorly they're doing in the league this season. They are in here. That looked like a handball to me. Rodrigo makes the save anyway, but that looked like their player controlled it with his fingers, and I don't believe that's in the rules. But they have a corner, looking to hit this in-swinger on the left foot to the far post. And, oh my word. Goodness me. Right. Him as well, Piatkowski. I feel like he's someone I've heard. Issa Kabori. There's players in this team I've heard of. I think this is the first league game we've ever played where there's been players in the opposition side I've heard of. Serrano finds the back of the net. No fingers from the referee this time. It's 1-0 to Holme, away from home. What a lovely old thing. Rabiot with the in-swinging corner. Was it Ivan Luis? No, I think it was Serrano with both chances, actually. I think Serrano's initial header is saved, and he's there to tuck away his own rebound. Lovely, lovely, lovely. 1-0 to Holme. That moves us up to 13th in the league. Only 9 points outside of the playoffs. We must not dream. We must not get carried away. The only plan this season was to try and avoid getting relegated. If we can somehow find a way to do it, wouldn't that be a thing, boys and girls? Right, we're changing some of these tired little legs. Alex Boxall is going to come on and sit there at the base of the midfield where we know he likes to sit, and it's Valladolid with a corner of their own, and Rodrigo after making a couple of really important saves earlier in the match. Why are these boys waving their arms around? We just conceded a goal, you numbskulls. They looked like they were celebrating. Do we get to see that on the replay? I don't know if we're going to see them. It looked like the 3 players we just taken off celebrated the goal. Keep an eye on them. Look, what's this? What are they doing there with their hands? Fines for everybody. Goodness me. Right, Alex nods it down, looking for Rabiot, but Rabiot couldn't get a proper hold of it, and tossing again for them. I am alarmed at the quality of some of the players they've got in their team. Kabore, very much one of them, and that is, I mean, good old-fashioned scissor tackle there. Players coming in from either side. It's a nailed-on penalty. I'm a little bit worried for Xander Schuster here. He's already on a yellow card. He was very much involved in the scissor movement there. I think he's escaped. Rodrigo, though, needs to make himself a hero here, because this game has been turned on its head in the last couple of minutes. And I mean, it's players we've heard of. It's bordering on cheating. I've signed him in non-league to legend before, Romario Barrow. This feels unacceptable. Right, Alex Boxall heads clear-ish, but it's still... How are this slot mid-table in this league? A league that we're also kind of vaguely mid-table in. I don't understand. Diop on the left-hand side. Can he get clear of his defender? I mean, he can't, but he tries to play it into Ivan Luis, and it's back with Diop again. Diop just wandering past defenders as if they're not really there. But in the end, decides to have a shot rather than trying to slide it through to Ivan Luis, when that was probably the better option. Rabiot is tired, so Koulibaly can come on for him. We're going to swap those two over to try and get Bernal more involved going forward, and we are going to take off Schuster, who is on his yellow card, and I'm just a little bit afraid. Just a little bit afraid for him. We're going to go attacking. We're going to offer some encouragement. We didn't expect to be in with a chance today. It would be nice to come away with a draw, though. I don't think it's going to happen, is it? Still 8 points clear of relegation. We call that the comfort zone, but we have now lost 4 on the bounce, which is less comfortable, for sure. At least we've got those loanees coming back into the first team squad. We might have a slightly different looking team for the second match. So another week has gone by. We have brought some of these youngsters up into the first team squad, so we can now fill a bench and have some players left over again. None of them necessarily good enough to come into the first team, but it's nice to have a full squad again. So the team for the Alaves game, and by the way, Alaves even better than Valladolid. So we're probably going to lose again. I am getting fed up of losing, but it's Rodrigo in goal, a back four of Zafra, Joffrey, Ivan and Guigan. Galdino behind Gary and Rabiot. Ivan on one wing, Sandoval on the other, and we're going with Tidiane Diop up front today, handing out some squad numbers as well to some of these youngsters who've just stepped up from the B team, some of the 18 loan players that we brought in last summer. And please, can we have a win? We're back at home. We're back at the Estadio Municipal Mick Powell. Today would be a nice day for us to get back to winning ways. But against one of the better teams in the league, I'm trying not to get my hopes up because... yeah, we'll see. Right, do a football. You bunch of idiots. Won't somebody do a football? This is my new motivational tactic for my players. I'm just going to yell at them until they do a football. That's what I'm hoping for. Maybe I can actually yell at them in game. We'll offer some encouragement firstly, and if we don't score within 10 minutes, then I'll berate them for being idiots. They'll like that. I might try and in my final half a season as manager of Holme, my last 6 months here in Benidorm before I get to go back to the UK, I might try and develop a reputation as a crazy man and see if that potentially helps. I mean, probably the 18 loan signings last summer went a long way towards establishing that reputation anyway. Goodness me. Oh, Sandoval! There you go. Beautiful stuff. 1-0. We're going up through the playoffs. Here comes La Liga. Are you ready for us? We're going to have a lovely old time when we get to La Liga with someone else's manager, because I won't have time to play a La Liga season. But it would be nice to know that we got there. We know that there's an alternate universe where we didn't do the Man City save. We just went straight into Holiday Home after non-league to legend and we had time to finish. And in that universe... That season in La Liga would have been a lot of fun. Galdino to Gary. Gary tries to... I mean, I don't even know what he's trying to do. Just kind of poke it in between the two defenders. It didn't really get Didn't really go anywhere near a home player. And now Alaves trying to build an attack again, but Rabiot is there to play it back across to Rodrigo, and that was always very much under control. Diop does very well there with two players pressuring him from either side to win the header. Unfortunately, he's made such a strong connection with it. He actually headed it back to the Alaves player, and now giving away a penalty, and I hate it. Oh, I hate it. Why do we give away so many penalties? It feels like every match we give away a penalty, and I've ranted about it so many times this season in particular. Just beat me in the match engine. Stop it with the red cards and the penalties and the ways to beat us when we're not. Just beat us in the match engine. The penalties do my head in. 1-1, 25 minutes gone. That might have been our chance gone. Right, I said I was going to do another shout, didn't I? I'm going to encourage again, because we were doing all right. Maybe if I'd have berated them on 20 minutes like I promised to, we'd have been okay. But, I was too busy enjoying the fact that we'd taken the lead. Galdino nods it down to Sandoval, whose goal, of course, has been cancelled out by yet another penalty. Diop nods. I tell you what, Diop's looking pretty solid in the air. He leaps like a salmon. I'm not even sure how tall he is. Ivan on the left-hand side couldn't really get that one properly under control, and it's back with Joffrey, who heads it to Gary, and now Gary to t'other Ivan, who took his time but has picked Sandoval out beautifully there. Sandoval with the cross. Ivan is there. Ivan Mutt can't stop scoring after so many years. His first 100 games for the club, he couldn't score a goal. Now he can't stop. Wonderful stuff from Ivan. Sandoval's played very well today as well. It's a decent cross, and Ivan Mutt is there. And it's 2-1 to home. And once again, we start to cautiously gaze upwards, because we're 10 points outside of the playoffs and 10 points. Okay, it's down to 9 again. For a brief moment there, we were equidistant points-wise between the playoffs and the relegation zone, which is so far ahead of anything we ever could have hoped for. Even an episode ago, we are looking so much better, despite the fact we've lost 4 in a row. We're looking good. It's going okay. Galdino, if we can grab another goal here, then I'll cheer up, and I'll even withdraw the penalty rant if we can score again. Sandoval can't get his cross over. He has had a very good game so far. This time does get the cross into the area. But Guegan, who has not had a good game, on a yellow card, already gave a penalty away, now gives possession away and is in danger of another penalty. And, not ideal. Not ideal at all. Right, I don't want to see your replay. I don't want to look at what this man, he's the problem. He is a left footer playing at right back. We've not really solved the right back problem from Ezra Carrington leaving. We've never really adequately replaced him. And Guegan is definitely not the answer. But Xander Suster was a source of despair in the previous match as well. Neither of them playing particularly well in that right back position. But Ivan is in again. He genuinely is a guy. All he needed was Fakal to get out of his way. This is the Ivan Mutt that we hoped and dreamed we had when, as a 16, 17-year-old, he started deputising for Fakal. It's taken him so long. Football Manager trying to convince us that late bloomers are going to be a new thing in FM24. Ivan Mutt is, he is 23 years old. He has been awful until halfway through last season. And all of a sudden, he's good at football. He can score goals. The one true Ivan Mutt. The Ivan to rule them all. Love him. Can you ever imagine Ivan Mutt scoring a hat-trick? Wouldn't that be a thing? Ivan Luis is going to come on now. Galdino on it. No. Galdino is going to be replaced by Alex Boxall. And I think we are going to take off Guegan, although we don't have anyone to play right back. Ivan Such is going to have to go out there. And then we're going to bring Serrano on to play alongside Joffrey. Serrano, of course, scoring in the previous match. 3-2, 20 minutes to go. What do I shout at them now? We shout nothing. We keep our mouth closed. I wanted to be a crazy man. Now I've decided I'd rather have 3 points. Rabiu, if he can find Ivan Mutt. Ivan Mutt is unmutt. Get it out onto this left-hand side. Ivan could have a hat-trick. It's Ivan Luis. It's basically an Ivan hat-trick. He's offside there. The referee's got his fingers in his ears again. This referee doesn't like me, I've decided. Or does he? Maybe. No, he does not. Oh, it's going to be tense going into these final few minutes. I feel like Ivan Luis has had so many goals disallowed this season because he is just perennially offside. He was such a useful player slightly lower down the leagues. We've stepped up to this level, not so much. Right, this is one of the guys we called up from the B team. He came in on loan in the summer. I mean, to be fair, 13 goals from 19 appearances for the B team. I think that kind of justifies being called up into the first team. We're going to bring on Bernal as well, but all eyes on Roig. He scores goals from that right-hand side. Zafra with the the out-swinging corner, but it's dealt with relatively easily, and now this is Alves 2-on-2, got the break on for the equaliser. Oh, goodness me. Goodness me. Can we hold 6 minutes? Who's adding on 6 minutes? Serrano heads clear. Ivan Luis scoops it out to Gary, and now we've got a 3-on-3 of our own. If we can get it back across to Ivan Luis, Gary instead decides to take the sting out of it all. Gives it to Ivan Such, and now there is Roigi. Plays it across, looking for anyone in a home shirt. Can't find them, but Alex Boxall doing what Alex Boxall has been doing so well for so many years. Now Ivan Such, a rare outing for him at right back. He's just absolutely no idea where to go. He beat his man and then didn't know what to do because he's a centre-back. But Gary doing well again to win the ball back. And there is Roigi. There is Luis. And there is another corner. We've still got 4 minutes to go in this match, but the ball is at the right end of the pitch. Come on, please, could we put an end to this horrible run of defeats that we've been on and give us something to play for in this second half of the season. We don't want mid-table obscurity. We want a promotion push. There is Roigi. I think that's what we've decided we're calling him. Ivan Mutt out to Serrano. Remember, Serrano's a centre-back, and he shoots like a centre-back. Well, we won the game anyway, and that is all that really matters. Right, let's have a look to see what that does to the league situation. That is a big result, by the way, against a good team who we're now only 10 points behind, and we're 10 points clear of relegation zone as well. We are boring mid-table. Now that needs to be the start of another 5 wins in 6, so that when we come back for the next episode, we're in a promotion push. That's what we want. And on the topic of next episodes and things and when they're going to happen, this is the first opportunity I've really had in a home video to explain what's going on with that. When Football Manager dropped the new features videos, you've probably worked it out for yourself by now, but I kind of need to prioritize them because they're the big, exciting videos that get lots of views, get lots of new eyes on the channel, get us ready for FM24, which is very close now. So I'm trying not to use language like yesterday and tomorrow when talking about home videos, because I know no more than you about when those feature announcements are going to happen. They drop when they drop. I don't even get like a couple of hours notice that they're going to happen. So I don't know what day this video is coming out, and I don't know what came out yesterday or what's coming out tomorrow, because as soon as those announcements come out, I have to make those videos. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. So the next video, which might be tomorrow, hopefully we're going to be in a playoff push. But if you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.